checked, but I think now it is correctly so maybe now let me check with perspective drawing. We will be working on perspective drawing today. Here, to understand the perspective drawing, you need to know, first of all, you have to work with understand about eye level. What is eye level is? So here to explain what is eye level, so here we will be trying to tell you what is the eye level is. Suppose this is the picture plane, and we are as a viewer, I'm standing in the middle of the picture. So okay, this is the person viewing the picture. In that line, I made a separate, individual imaginary line. So that is called eye level. Okay. Some, in other terms, we can call it by vanishing line, otherwise focal point. So that is eye level. When we are standing size, so that when we are standing in front of the visual image, so that is called eye level. Suppose you are standing on a very big mountain, something like this, so that you are standing here, means your eye level changes. Okay, so that is the eye level there. And suppose if you are sitting on the floor or on the ground like this, what will happen? Your eye level changes here. So that is called eye level. And I'm focusing exactly on that particular point on the eye level. So that is called vanishing point. Okay. So I think most of you know about the basics of perspective. If this will be very much helpful to you. Maybe if you are very beginner to a perspective drawing, you should understand what is the eye level, your standing height, and where you are focusing exactly. That is called the eye level and focal line. So after understanding the eye level, we will go to the next level here. Like I'm using a charcoal pencil now. So the boxes, I'm making to make you understand within a small picture. Okay, like now to draw the concept of one point perspective, we'll start with one point perspective. And start with one point perspective, you need to know about the eye level, and so you have to start drawing the eye level in the beginning, and place the vanishing point wherever you wanted, and try understand, okay, with a cube and a cuboid initially. So this is what I explained already in other separate video tutorial. So like so I made a rectangular shape. In the beginning, you keep it in mind, draw the rectangular plane first of all, to draw the three-dimensional with one point perspective. So like, all the corners to be meeting to the vanishing point. Okay, so this will become a perfect cuboid when you seeing with the perspective. So it gives a distance in a proper particular manner. So that is called perspective. And here you have to try understand to draw, as many cubes and cuboid possible. You could try connect, this the connecting lines are called guiding lines. Okay, or guidelines, we could call it guidelines. Without these guidelines, practicing perspective is not at all possible. So will be you can, as much as possible, you can try making cubes and cuboids to understand what is the concept of it. Okay, so you can, this is below the eye level, so this is eye level, this is below the eye level, so that you could understand how objects are visible and the top portion is visible. This is like a formula. Okay, so suppose above the eye level, if you have a cube or cuboid, what will happen? The guidelines become, and again, so you have to take the guideline. You can see the bottom side of the object. This is the bottom side of the object. So that so these are the very basic concept of one point perspective. So we'll try to draw a scene perspective drawing with a street view or the city view now. Okay, so these are the concept. All the residing lines are vanishes towards the vanishing point. That is very much important to keep it in mind. All the vertical lines of the object is or vertical always, and all the horizontal lines of the objects are horizontal. Only the residing, the third dimension of the object will be vanishes towards the vanishing point. Okay, so that is the main thing you have to keep it in mind. This is kind of a formula. Okay, without this understanding, you cannot draw perspective. Okay, so now we will go to the next one, like using the same kind of a thing. Now we'll make it a little bigger. So I made the eye level here, and you can keep the vanishing point wherever you want on the eye level. Suppose here I place, suppose you wanted here, and keep it in mind, in one point perspective, you should have only one vanishing point that should also on the eye level. So if you keep the if you keep eye level, wherever that should be, definitely should be on the eye level. So now we will try to convert the same kind of object, maybe like we'll start with very small object. Okay, suppose the vanishing point eye level here, you need to draw cuboid. First of all, before the cuboid, you make a rectangular plane, and then from the corner you have to take the um, guidelines towards the vanishing point, and then end up the cuboid with a vertical line parallel to this line, and actually as well as parallel to this line, you have to make another parallel line there to end up the cuboid. So later these guidelines are rubbed it later, finally, so that whenever you are using, you just make sure, make all these guidelines are very light. Okay, now if you wanted to convert this as a very small object, now I'll be trying to convert this into a small matchbox. Okay, so you need to draw the details of the particular object, whatever you wanted to show. Okay, just I have just added some details to the picture to define what kind of object is that. Okay, if you want, you can put some wrapper design, okay, on the matchbox. So automatically, so I'm not going very much detail into the picture now. So this is just to tell you how you can convert the pictures into a with a perspective. Okay, as well as suppose if I have this is below the eye level, try notice the top portion is visible. Now let me try a small pen stand which is cuboid in the size. Okay, again from this corner you have to define the sides, you have to take the guidelines with the cuboids. Okay, now you are not able to, because this is above the eye level, you are not able to see the top of the object. So make it some detail. Okay, whatever you detail you wanted. Suppose you can have a pen or pencil inside the box. Okay, so make it as a very simple drawing. Just make it very simple drawing. If you wanted, you can have some designs, whatever you wanted. So this is with a perspective. Again, if you want to, see the, now this is on your right side. Okay, now we will try keeping a cylinder object. Okay, and okay, so we made a cylindrical object here, and suppose the same size of the object is there behind, what will happen automatically according to the guideline to the corners, it will become very small in size. These are the basics of perspective. So you need to draw, and while you observing things also you have to make sure, check it where exactly the object is lying on it. Okay, if it is below the eye level you have to show the top of the object. If it is above the eye level you shouldn't show the top of the object. So and suppose you have another object behind, very big in size, what will happen? Again you have to take the suppose I'm making a book to stand over there. Okay, like this. So you can't see the top of the object, so that a book or some other cardboard carton boxes, whatever may be, any object. So we are not going to the much detail into this now. So just to explain how it can be approached. Okay, now we will again go to another piece of perspective drawing, like okay, so again we have a vanishing line and the vanishing point. Like we'll try to draw a village scene now. So to draw the house here already, okay, on the eye level I'm drawing a cube or rectangular plane, and then taking the guideline towards the vanishing point. Okay, and end up the cuboid. Suppose if you want to place the roof over here, find out the center point and extend this, and put the roof over there. So automatically what will happen, you can from this corner to the vanishing point, and like this parallel you have to end it up how much it is slanted. So that is all. And again, without the guidelines are very much important, I'm telling you again. So to define the door level, and you have to place above the eye level, because suppose somebody standing near the house, they should go inside. So that is the height, proportions are very much important. You have to show the proportions to the door level. That is very much important. And if you want to place a window nearby, you just place on the level of the door. The top and the top of the window should be on the top of the line. Okay, so that is the architectural standards. Wherever they built or anything. So that is the architectural standards. We should follow that. Okay, not only architectural form standards. You should understand what are the common factors. Okay, so now suppose in case you have another set up house nearby, what will happen? Same size of the house. If you wanted to draw, what you have to do? The same kind of a plane you have to make, rectangular plane. Okay, behind this object you have. Can you notice? In between this and this rectangle, the partial rectangle is hidden behind this object. So I made a rectangular plane over there, and again you have to take the corners, vanishing point, end of the cuboid. Again the same size of the house. If you want, you can make it little raise, you can raise it, no problem. Okay, so again, so kind of house, if it is big, also bigger than this house also, it seems to be a small size in perspective. Okay, again, if you want to draw the door level, take the guideline above this eye level. So that is what the eye level is very much important, where you are keeping the eye level. Now this is, I just made a normal point of view. Okay, now suppose in case the pathway is going from here. Okay, so just organic pathway, and we will try to make sure the path is bending towards the on the eye level. Don't end up extremely on the point. You make it a little bend here, so that what will happen, it shows, it gives you like the path is going infinitive. Okay, it's going somewhere. So if you want, you can have this kind of a guidelines. So the path is like this. Okay, it's a very simple one. So here just I want to place overlap the tree over here. So just I made a tree overlapping. In this point I wanted to tell you, people, beginners will hesitate to overlap the object. You have to overlap, and then it is in very detail. It is in front side of the, in front of the house. Okay, suppose if you want to place, any plants over here, whatever, you, you can make it a small plants over here. Okay, so the same way, if you want to place another kind of a type of house there, you can place it. Everything from this, we started from this, and when you understand the cube and cuboid, it is very easy to convert it into a building or the houses. Okay, now I just again made a very small rectangular piece of drawing. Corner, make sure it goes there, and again, okay, I just extended the top of the building, and again you have to go to the corner, and make sure the door is above the eye level again. Okay, so if you wanted to draw the sunshade or whatever you wanted, you can have it, and you can have the window over here, whatever size you wanted, but make sure proportionally fit to the door and the building. Okay, so like suppose I have another tree over here, what will happen? I can't see the branches, I mean foliage on the tree. Here it will happen, I can see the a small size of tree. When it is far away, it look like a very small size. Okay, so that is what one point perspective. So if you wanted to place, plants near the road, that is also we can take the guidelines, place it like this. Okay, reduce the size, it's going near to the vanishing point. So the nearby object. Okay. So this is with the one-point perspective. Suppose I want to draw people, a person walking nearby. We have to draw a simple, okay, human form. Like is also you should understand the perspective. But see the faraway house. So the person is walking so nearby. Okay. This is just a rough idea how to make perspective. Okay. So you need to practice many more time. So when you practice more and more, you will achieve the perspective drawing very properly. Okay. Like this, you can try creating many different. Can you see the difference between this woman and the person standing over here? And the height difference is too much. Okay. So this is with one-point perspective. After this, you can go for shading wherever you wanted. You can go for shading. Okay. So this is just a small, very simple attempt on one-point perspective, how we can approach, and also to Canvas Window Art Journal. This is the first live stream. So maybe in future we will. I wanted to explain more on the perspective now. Okay, sometime maybe we will. By the next live stream, we will try learn about. We'll be explaining about how you can with another important topic. I hope you like this. So encourage us, like us, share to your friends, and our tutorial should must reach all the design aspirants. So thank you for your support. Thank you for watching, and we will meet again with another live stream. Thank you.